You'll definitely want to know about these parties and who showed up. This is something you won't want to miss.
I don't know why ain't nobody talking about when Carson Daly went to them Diddy parties. Because Carson Daly did go to them Diddy parties. No different than Ashton Kutcher.
Damn. Okay.
No different than Hype Williams. Why don't nobody want to talk about Hype Williams? Usually if I send a shout out at somebody, people start really kicking things up. But it's almost as if Hype is like living under some wheat germ grass or some under Russell Simmons' ass in Bali. Why can't, is it time to put Hype Williams on a milk cart?
Everyone that was not my color believed me. It was my people that needed convincing. If someone like the Diddler is your hero, then you should hurry up and go to hell with him. If someone like Jay-Z is your hero, then, just be glad you're not talented so he could sacrifice you like he tried to do me, and he succeeded with Aaliyah. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Off of Justin Bieber alone.
Now, Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together in an interview.
I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion.
In a recent interview with Real Life Productions, she shared some shocking details about what really happened at Diddy's infamous white parties. What she revealed is truly disturbing.
Went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These is literally walking in there, not thinking. Seriously, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers. Where is Tyson Beckford right now? And why is nobody talking about how after his stint at Russell Simmons and Diddy parties in the Hamptons, he went into pure addiction and now it's just disappeared. He's not acting. What is Tyson Beckford doing? He was one of the biggest figures in the modeling world. Matter of fact, we see a lot of supermodels that keep coming and going and coming and going. And there's just a few that stay.
The most unbelievable part? She hinted that these parties could be tied to dark spiritual rituals and maybe even MK Ultra.
A lot of people that end up at these wild parties and in these wild ceremonies, because see, everyone's thinking freak off, freak off, freak off. But what you're not thinking is ritualistic human sacrifice.
Right.
Whether or not you're offering up your sexuality or offering up your life force. It's energy, it's transfer. So for Whitney Houston to be unalive in that hotel room, and for him to wait to start the party right as her spirit was completely leaving her.
Wow.
It says a lot.
And Jack, what I was gonna say was, and even in the Piers Morgan interview, he was asking about what happens at these parties. We've seen visual evidence to where, again, Nature Boy is locked up for life, but he himself had visual evidence of him wanting to take advantage of a woman or make love or whatever you want to call it while other women are dancing in the ritualistic dance around them.
These are all spiritual seances. You gotta understand, these are practices that have been around long before they started choreographing society. We're talking about thousands and thousands of years. Things were happening here. It wasn't until the past 500 years that the world has gotten caught up into such wild, like nothing. Oh no, that's not real. That's fake. That's not real.
Programming though, they started giving
Very much
us
so. MK Ultra. Cloning. Whether they're cloning consciousness or literally cloning physical body, and now we know they're capable of doing both.
This story goes deep. Adult star Sienna Grace, who attended a recent birthday party at Diddy's mansion for his son Christian, opened up about what really happened. The event was small and intimate, but she noticed some familiar faces like Jordan Woods, Kylie Jenner's best friend, and a few people from Bad Boy Records, who even helped bring out the birthday cake. However, Sienna mentioned that Diddy himself seemed distant, mostly staying to himself throughout the evening. She also revealed a Hollywood insider tip. Stars will often give someone a jacket or jumper to signal interest, making that person off limits to others for the night.
James Cruz and Hard Pierre always been Diddy's flunkies, especially Hard Pierre. That's why he's being sued right now too by one of his assistants and stuff like that, because I guess he learned from his boss. But James Cruz used to work for 50, but he worked for Diddy first. So them niggas was always scum buckets, man.
Right. But speaking of Harvey Pierre, how do you feel about him getting accused of sexual assault?
Like I said, anything that has to do with those those people have to prove that. But are they capable? Yeah, they're capable. Look at the atmosphere. They in the music industry. They in the music business. They set up those type of, they learn the tricks of the trade. For instance, guys don't put those pills that they get to the girls in the champagne bottles because they popping them in front of them. Most of those girls, especially if they like mixed drinks, you understand, they see the bottles when they open them and they trying to keep their eyes on it because they don't want to get no kind of put in their system. But what they don't understand is in the orange juice and it's in the cranberry juice. Those girls who like the mixed drinks, you understand what I'm saying? They gonna pour their own sexual act because they don't understand it ain't in the bottles, it's in the juice. Those guys, they learn that. And they put it to those girls who don't know no better.
In fact, this kind of behavior became so common that one woman recently gathered the courage to sue Diddy, accusing him of assault.
The woman was visibly emotional during the news conference as she recounted a horrific and violent assault.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words.
Talia Graves, sitting next to her attorney, Gloria Allred, alleges Sean Diddy Combs and his former bodyguard, Joseph Sherman, drugged and raped her at Bad Boys Record Studio in 2001 when she was 25 years old.
I'm emotionally scarred. It has been hard for me to trust others, to form healthy relationships, or even feel safe in my own skin.
According to the lawsuit filed on Tuesday in New York, Talia was lured to the studio under false pretenses. She claims she was given a drink spiked with drugs, causing her to pass out. When she woke up, Talia says she was restrained and being brutally assaulted by Diddy and his bodyguard.
Flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts make me feel like it's a constant struggle.
In 2023, Talia says she found out the rape had been recorded and through the years had been distributed to multiple people.
Defendant Combs and another defendant published and or disseminated the videos without plaintiff's knowledge or consent.
Combs is facing at least 10 similar lawsuits. He remains locked up, awaiting trial on human and racketeering charges.
I'm glad that he is locked up, but that's a temporary feeling of relief.
Talia says she didn't go public until now because she says that Combs allegedly threatened to ruin her life if she said anything.
In a lawsuit filed on Tuesday in New York, Talia claimed she was deceived into going to the studio, where she was given a drink that was spiked with something that knocked her out. When she regained consciousness, she says she was restrained and violently assaulted by both Diddy and his bodyguard.
Interview, you was telling me that a female reached out to you about a sex tape?
Yeah. It may not have been a year ago. It may have been close to a year, 9 months, something like that, a year. It was about, I don't know, was it a year? It's 6 months to a year. I forget about it because we just had a brief conversations for about like a week or so. You know, like she'll call me one day and then we'll talk a little bit. Then I'll get back with her. Then she'll call me back. She was trying to find out information and everything like that. But I really couldn't help her, bruh. You understand? And then she told me the guy's name. You know, she said, Gene, I know it wasn't you. You know, she told me her credentials. She said, Gene, I went to college. You know, I come from a reputable family. I live in, you know, out your way, where you at. And she said that, do I know this bodyguard named Big Joe? And I said, why, what's going on? And then she told me about that she had heard about this tape floating around of Puffy ex-A-ing her, sexually assaulting her. And I was like, wow. And I couldn't say anything because I know the parties and stuff like that. But I told her, I said, yo, I can't give you Joe's number, but I'll get in touch with him or whatever, best way I could. So I got in touch with Joe and I told him what the lady said. And he just said that she didn't know anything about it and that, you know, it was felonious. So then the lady had told me she didn't want Joe. She just wanted a copy of the tape so she could bring charges up on Puff. So I said to her, he said that no tapes exist. That tape doesn't exist. You understand? So I gave her that information. I let Joe know, I let her know, and that was basically it.
Do you believe the tape exists?
What I believe and what I know is two different things. I was told, when this is a word around town, that the tape exists. I never saw the tape. I never, know anybody who say they saw the tape. See, what happens is that, man, when you have a certain status in Harlem, you are privy to a lot of information, or you're privy to stuff that happens in the street. And there was information in the streets that a tape like that existed. How true it was, I don't know, because I don't look for that stuff. I'm not trying to find that. And that's what it was.
What's on the tape?
I heard it was enough on the tape that people could blackmail Puff for. That's what I actually heard.
Many celebrities have opened up about their experiences at Diddy's legendary parties, but the full extent of his alleged wild activities remains mostly unknown. In a 1999 interview with Entertainment Tonight, Diddy himself seemed aware of the growing attention his parties were receiving.
Parties are the hottest ticket around. They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizons, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on, you know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town, people dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw.
Need to do. Women, beautiful women, of course.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful men for the ladies, of course.
Wouldn't it be better if there weren't beautiful men there? There were just a lot of beautiful women, and then just the guy.
No. You have to make. There's enough ladies to go around. You have to make them. The ladies, give the ladies what they need too. You know, you have to take care of your women.
Take care of the ladies. Okay,
ladies,
gotcha. That's good.
Can't force a situation.
Right. What about?
Can't force a square peg into a round hole.
That's the story of my life, my friend.
Okay, you need that.
I wish you had told me that a long time ago.
Well, I'm here now, brother. It's not too late.
What about like celebrities? You have a lot of celebrities
okay,
at your.
First you have to listen. I'm giving you the menu. Okay, let's just take things slow. Okay. It's all right. He's learning,
and I'm slow.
Yes.
I'm very slow.
Check it out. This is my man. We go way back, but he hasn't told y'all that yet. We'll talk about that later.
We go way back.
Way back. But check this out.
When was that, by the way? We'll get to that later. All right.
Okay. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different blend. You need the ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No.
And the answer just got worse.
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, you know, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat? You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning?
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look.
He didn't hold back when talking about his party hosting skills. During a 2002 appearance on Asterisk Late Night with Conan O'Brien Asterisk, Diddy explained that for a party to be a success, it obviously has to have beautiful women.
Okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
Can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out and watch football together.
He described his relationship with Diddy as really bizarre, explaining that it began after the rapper insisted Kutcher couldn't prank him on Punk'd. From there, they became fast friends and even hung out to watch football together. Khloe Kardashian gave fans a peek into a Diddy party during an August 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber.
So far, so
French
good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
Usher offered a more personal perspective, recalling his time living with Diddy when he was a teenager. During a 2016 interview on The Howard Stern Show, Usher said the experience was pretty wild, but admitted that he didn't fully understand everything going on around him. When asked if he would let his own kids attend one of Diddy's parties, Usher firmly replied,
"Hell no."
And that is for good reason, because he has allegedly been groomed by Diddy.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but just out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid. Listen.
We're having a good time, yo. Oh, your Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
Over the years, several famous figures have shared their experiences at Diddy's parties. Ashton Kutcher, for example, admitted in a 2019 Hot Ones interview that he has some wild memories from Diddy's gatherings, but he chose to keep quiet about the details.
Because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. And that's just, that's something that you heard. You don't know if it's true, you just heard it. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, that's just something that I heard. It's something that I didn't know. It's something that I ain't see.
Ashton Kutcher described his relationship with Diddy as pretty strange, explaining that it started after Diddy insisted he couldn't prank him on *Punk**. Despite that, they quickly became friends and even hung out to watch football together. Khloe Kardashian also gave fans a glimpse into a Diddy party during an August 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians*.
His mentors and the people that trained him and taught him the music business. It's all about the people who trained and taught him the music business, because Puff wasn't he wasn't born a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was made into a monster, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was made into a monster from the stuff that happened to him, the things that he had to do. You understand? The things that he had to do to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, brother. You never like something so much that you can't do without, and you never be willing to do anything to get where you want to be at. You gotta have principles, you gotta have morals, you gotta keep with that stuff. And in that music business, a lot of that stuff get thrown out the window. You understand? And that's what happened to him. He started doing the things to other people that was done to him. To keep it frank, he was doing the things to other people that was done to him. And it is what it is. You gotta know better. And if you know better, you will do better. When he was in New York City, he was like that Gecko from the Geico commercial. Then he turned and started going, when he lived in Cali and Miami, he turned into Godzilla. I would see him talk about how he was never like that. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed and everything like that. He turned into something that you could consider a monster, bro. Then he started doing things to people, you understand, that he learned. That's a learned behavior, bro.
50 Cent has made it clear that he stays away from Diddy's parties. In a July 2023 interview with Asterisk, The Hollywood Reporter Asterisk, he shared that he's been avoiding Diddy's gatherings for years because of the uncomfortable vibe. He even recalled an awkward moment when Diddy offered to take him shopping, which he thought was more something a woman would do. Comedian Cat Williams also had a humorous take on turning down invites to Diddy's parties. In a January interview on the Asterisk Club Shay Asterisk podcast, he joked about rejecting $50 million offers to protect his integrity, saying, P. Diddy wanted to party, and you've got to tell him no. Williams hinted that more celebrity scandals could be coming to light soon, with reports suggesting Diddy might have been involved in some shady dealings with major names.
Video appears to support some of the accusations against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
We want to warn you that this video you're about to see is extremely graphic. The surveillance footage that was captured inside of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016 allegedly shows Combs' then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. A now-settled lawsuit filed by Ventura claimed that she was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken Combs punched her. The video appears to show Combs chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground, and then repeatedly kicking her.
On Wednesday, Diddy's legal team accused the government of leaking evidence, including a 2016 video featuring Diddy and singer Cassie, his former girlfriend. According to Diddy's lead attorneys, these leaks are damaging his right to a fair trial. Diddy is facing charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transporting people for prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty and denies all the charges, although the video is pretty clear.
On the darkest times in your life, sometimes you gotta do that. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
A newly released video appears to support some of the accusations against music mogul Diddy. We should note that the footage is extremely graphic. The surveillance video, taken inside a Los Angeles hotel in 2016, allegedly shows Diddy and his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway. A lawsuit filed by Ventura, which has since been settled, claimed she was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken man punched her. The video seems to show Diddy chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground, and repeatedly kicking her.
Commented that the hardest part for the rapper about being in detention on sex charges has been the food. When asked about how Diddy was coping while being held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, Agnifilo told People, "I think the food's probably the roughest part of it."
It seems Diddy might need a bigger wake-up call. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, recently commented that the toughest part for Diddy while being held on sex charges has been the food. When asked how Diddy was coping at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, Agnifilo told the media, "I think the food's probably the roughest part of it." He even mentioned that Diddy has expressed he might not be able to handle jail, hinting that he could be considering taking his own life.
Come back to work. To be in the entertainment business? Listen to me, man. And I don't want to bring this guy's story up because it's old. And I know he's trying to live past it, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Ray Rice, his wife, spit in his face. And he did what he did on that elevator. He ain't played one football game after that. Nowhere that I know of. He may have went overseas and played or something like that. I don't know that to be true. But he didn't play in the NFL, a hell of a running back. He ain't played not one down in the NFL after that. No endorsements. Nobody's going to have anything to do with old boy. And when they come out with this other stuff, he gonna come back to work. I wouldn't be surprised if he do the ultimate sin. Because bruh, he's such a narcissistic that he couldn't stand not being somewhere and not being seen. His whole life, his whole career was about him being seen in the public. It was about him, taking everybody else's dreams and making them his. And now, him nor his kids would profit from anything from Bad Boy or Sean Puffy Combs again. His kids is gonna suffer behind this.
Wow, man, that's crazy to hear, man. And you knowing Diddy, you think it's a good chance he might take his life?
He was talking about taking his life at the City College thing. Yo, D. Ferg, ASAP Ferg's father, say, yo, man, we gotta watch him, man. This nigga talking about killing himself. I say, so let him. If you're that weak, I said, let him. And he said, Eugene, why you say that? I said, man, listen to me, man. He ain't no good to nobody if he talking about hurting himself. His life don't belong to him. His life belong to God. What he should be trying to do right now is work his way towards God now, for real, and not that devil we've been worshiping. That those people got him believing, you understand, that's the true God. Because everything from what I know, since I've been around him, everything that's gone forward has been that of the devil. The alcohol, the partying, everything has been of the devil. And he's been leading not only himself, our people, into some kind of damnation through his actions.
Diddy could be facing over 100 new lawsuits just 2 weeks after his arrest by federal agents in New York. These new allegations include claims that he forced victims to take part in recorded sexual activities, which he called freak-offs. It's also said that Diddy used these acts against major celebrities to gain leverage over them.
Diddy, all these celebrity friends he have and nobody came out.
They brand. It's all about the money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies, they're not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking, and they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught spilling a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched, and Brother Love was watching.
Yeah, I mean, TD Jakes, he haven't even came out and said anything. And him and Diddy was real cool.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots, because this man then led them probably, allegedly probably led them to damnation, because those people's hearts are gonna be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man. And he has a history. It's not looking too good for him.
So you feel like celebs are worried that they might be on tape?
Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bro. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bro. So a lot of them, like what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bro, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like he had all them hidden cameras to use it against people.
I think that was said in the indictment, right? That was said in the indictment. You know, somebody, I think Dawn may have said that. I don't know for sure, and correct me if I'm wrong. He would, even if you didn't want to do something, he would tell the individual, well, I got you on tape doing it before.
The allegations and lawsuits against Diddy go back decades, all the way to the 1990s when he founded Bad Boy Records, the label that kicked off his career. Over the years, his web of controversy has grown so extensive that once the truth starts coming out, it could lead to the downfall of a major empire.
If they also revealed that they got photos and videos of Diddy Freakos.
When they did that raid, you understand, what they did was prior to the raid, they reviewed that civil lawsuit. And that civil lawsuit told, Cassie's civil lawsuit was LeRod had already did it. LeRod hadn't did his yet, did he? Did LeRod do his lawsuit before the raid or after the raid?
Oh, before.
Yeah, so what they did was they reviewed both of those civil lawsuits and found that there was some criminal activity in those lawsuits. We spoke that on Art of Dialogue. We spoke about that on your show. I said if they really wanted him, all they had to do was review those civil lawsuits. And once they find the criminal activity in those, they could bring him in. Now, did the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Miami do it? No, they didn't. Did California do it? No, they did not. The Southern District of New York, they took it upon themselves and put on that raid and everything based on the information they found in Cassie lawsuit and the information they found in Little Rod lawsuit. But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City.
Good evening, I'm Byron Pitts in New York. We have breaking news this evening. New York Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a federal grand jury, according to sources familiar with the matter. Let's go straight to senior investigative correspondent Aaron Kontersky on the phone with the very latest. Aaron, what can you tell us?
Byron, we just heard a statement from Mayor Adams saying, I always knew that if I stood my ground for New Yorkers, that I would be a target, and a target I became. If I am charged, I am innocent, and I will fight this with every ounce of my strength and spirit. A statement of defiance a moment ago from Mayor Adams to ABC News after word came that he has been indicted by a federal grand jury in New York. Byron, this follows a 10-month investigation.
What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.